Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, Elon Musk bought Twitter. We heard it was going to happen, but I kind of didn't want to think about it really. And then it's happened. It's unavoidable. He walked into the front lobby carrying a sink and said, "I own Twitter now. Let it sink in." Basically, this is going to be very interesting to watch. It's either going to go totally one way or totally the other. Now, all the right-wing people are celebrating because they see Twitter as a left-wing sort of safe space, and they've wanted to destroy that. They've been people who go there because they're protected, because if someone starts threatening them or hate speech, they get removed, as they should. Whereas other platforms like Truth Social and Parlor, they, in my opinion, are totally right-wing, and they're allowed to say whatever they want, no matter how vile or abusive or racist it is, but no one's arguing with them. So those places are not doing very well because it's all right-wing people, just one big echo chamber. Everyone's just saying, "Hey, I'm right about this, right?" And they're all, "Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, we're all right." And we're just standing there because there's no one to argue with them. And Twitter is different. It's got this environment where people are always coming in to try and attack people, and they can only get so far with it though. So they keep coming because the fight's there, but they're not allowed to lie and be abusive like on the other platforms, in my opinion. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, because if Elon Musk comes in and does, gut Twitter, because he came in and he said he wanted to fire 75% of the staff. He fired all the bosses, and all the right-wing people, from what I can see, in my opinion, are celebrating this because they want to see the place gutted and see everyone deplatformed and see it turned into another Parlor or Truth Social. But he paid a lot of money for it, and it's not going to make any money if it's just a bunch of right-wing people sitting there saying, "Hey, I'm right about everything, right? Yeah, you're right." It's not going to work. They've got no one to argue with. If they've got no one to argue with, there's no adrenaline rush from threatening people and, all the things that, in my opinion, they usually do just, as their culture. It's just going to die. Now, is he willing to give this money up just to destroy Twitter purely because he's a right-wing person and he wants to destroy something that's left-wing? He might do it. He may just run it straight into the ground and lose all that money. Or if he really loves money as much as I think he does, being the insane capitalist that he is, in my humble opinion, he'll realise, oh, this is not going to work. I can't do what I thought I was going to do because that doesn't make money. Now, how he couldn't have done a deep dive and study of Parlor and Truth Social to see that they don't really work on their own, because without the left-wing people to fight with, the right-wing people have no reason to be there and nothing to do or say or argue about. So it's going to be interesting to see how this goes, because if he totally guts it and replaces everyone and allows all the people who've been banned for threats and intimidation and violence and hate speech, all those people that were removed, if they're all allowed back and it's just a free-for-all where anyone can say anything, it's going to become a mess, and all the left people are going to go create their own Parlor Social, and then you're just going to have a bunch of very unsuccessful split places, just basically talking to themselves without very interesting conversation happening, as opposed to somewhere where people can actually fight and debate and argue while having some standards and being protected from outright abuse. So it's going to be fascinating to see what happens. But if he does that, he's going to totally lose his money and he's just going to run into the ground. And it's just a matter of, will he do that willingly? Will he do that out of arrogance? Or will he actually go, "Oh, damn, that whole little plan I had of destroying Twitter, it's really not going to work because the people that I'm getting rid of, that I'm alienating, that I'm deplatforming, that I'm abusing and bullying, those people, without them, there's really no sight, because otherwise we just have Parlor and Truth Social. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to go for free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. I mean, I don't use Twitter a lot, but I appreciate it being there. And the idea that it's not going to be there, that's going to change, and you have to deal with, people like Trump. It's not good. It really is an issue on many levels, and people are trying to act like it's an exaggeration to say it's an attack on democracy and free speech and all these other issues, and they're all a whole nother video. I'm going to go.